Zhao Liying's new show The Breeze Blows Pinellia begins without any preparation, from a business beginner to a profession-situated resilient lady. Today is Ayaksu in the 24 Sun-based terms. The authority Weibo of the television series Wind Blows Pinellia delivered a bunch of warm-up stills, with a connection to plan to watch. As per individuals acquainted with the matter, the show is supposed to be circulated on the stars and arrived in Jiangsu's satellite television's Joy Theater. The particular transmission status will be reported soon. It is grasped that The Breeze Blows Pinellia is adjusted from Anne's book. In the play, Su Bangsha, played by Zhao Liying, Tong Xiaoqi, played by Huo Hao, and Chen Yuiu, played by Wang Changchen, begin without any preparation. The steel triangle began for reusing scrap steel, and afterward slowly came into contact with the steel business. I got to know such business figures as Zhao Lei, played by Li Guangji, Wu Jianch, played by Liu Wei, Qiu Bizheng, played by Fang Jianyi, and Gao Yujin, played by Kei Lan, and felt the brutality and heartlessness of human connections and business debates. As an uplifting show about ladies' business venture, Su Bangsha, played by Zhao Liying, with her exceptional vision and valiant character, defeated hindrances in the iron and steel industry where men assemble and made a leap forward. During the time spent her beginning a business, she met Zhao Lei, played by Li Guangji, a skilled financial specialist. He is the most upstream individual in the Binhe steel industry. He is clear-headed, savvy and far-located. He met Su Bangsha at a trade meeting. During the collaboration, they progressively worked on how they might interpret one another, and continuously became darlings who cherished one another. Zhao Liying has slowly entered the public eye from Legend of Lu Zhen to Shanshan is Coming. Zhao Liying's great presentation in the Metropolitan Shoyuanmi was likewise perceived by the crowd. From that point forward, she has been assigned for Best Entertainer in the Magnolia Grants at the 25th Shanghai Television Celebration and the Crowd Most Loved Entertainer Grant at the 30th China Television Brilliant Hawk Grants for her job in the ensemble show Can You Say Whether You Realize It Ought to Be Green, Fat, Red and Dainty. In the current year's hit reality show Satisfaction to Wenjia, He Zhengfu, played by Zhao Liying, is a young lady of the new period who is diligent, bold, upstanding and tireless. What occurred in Wenjia as Huang gained or keep on gaining ground and lead the locals, they made a fortune and at last turned into the town party secretary. Satisfaction to Great Many Families recounts the tale of the contemporary open country, while The Breeze Blows Pinellia recounts the narrative of the 1990s. The thing that matters is that Zhao Liying has turned into a female business visionary Su Bangsha, and when they meet Wu Jianch, played by old secretary Liu Wei, what sort of flashes will they make? For additional astonishing plots, center around Jiangsu's satellite television's The Breeze Blows Pinellia. 02. Wind Blowing Pinellia was given to stay away from Zhao Liying, yet I was astounded by the 25-year-old female number 4. The 3 significant video stages have sent off another round of rivalry. Goose Processing Plants, the 28th law of adoration, has more close dramatizations than the sea, however more progressive warmth. Yang Mi and Su Kai arranged top-notch kin love, which is extremely energizing. Can't move my eyes. A specific cool like me, Warrior was not especially well known from the start, however after the transmission, the crowd called it truly fragrant. Chen Fiyu has gotten a ton of endowments this time, and has been on the moving hunts commonly. At long last, it turned into a little hit. The ruler's schedule it tends to be viewed as torn as far as possible. Furthermore, 271 has won the Gu Mannequins Just Seedling Kicking Day today, which has won the main on the hot rundown for ordinarily since its send-off. Supporting jobs, for example, Chen Xianjin and Liu Guanlin became famous. One might say that the 3 significant stages are equitably coordinated, and 271 can't resist the urge to take another merciless action. Presently the new show Wind Blowing Pinellia is booked to be communicated on Jiangsu and Zhejiang satellite television on November 27th. The champion Zhao Liying is in control. Any opportunity of a success? Center around the progressions in the steel business and decipher the development of the champion. Wind Blowing Pinellia is adjusted from Anne's book I Can Kick the Bucket. It recounts the account of applicants drove by Su Bangsha, played by Zhao Liying, who opened up the steel import business and proceeded to investigate and enhance under the tide of the incredible time. This show has a place with the Time Show of the Courageous Woman, which centers around the classification of business fighting and spotlights on the improvement of the steel business. Such works are somewhat uncommon and can stimulate the interest of the crowd partially. Obviously, the nature of the play is to be sure and short. The dub and score of Chief Fuduangai's showstopper The Graciousness of the Specialist is pretty much as high as 8.6, and he was shortlisted for the Magnolia Best Chief Honor with Activity Conversation Starter, which got a ton of favors. It can likewise be seen from the trailer that the chief has two brushes, and the two fundamental lines of feeling and profession can be obviously found in the clasp. Bias, eventually, he had the option to keep up with his unique goal and satisfy his ideal. There are very few profound lines in the plot, which is very satisfying. Around then, the fans were savagely contending, and the male lead at long last fell on Huo Hao. It ought to be said that the rascal energy in him fits well with the job. The courageous woman Zhao Liying was chosen at the earliest reference point. As one of the agent characters in 85 Blossoms, Zhao Liying's acting abilities are superb, which is reflected in Glad to 10,000s. In the new show trailer, Zhao Liying's acting abilities appear to have gained new headway. Her eyes are firm and cheeky, which is more normal than her going about as Fu. It appears to be that she has gotten back to her usual range of familiarity. The exhibition is especially contacting. In spite of the fact that Zhao Liying is supposed to be honored, she is as yet lovely more regularly. Her thick wavy hair looks endlessly enchanting, and her grin is especially splendid, which has disappeared from the past young inclination. Zhao Liying's style likewise has an exceptional appeal. There is likewise a scene in the trailer where Zhao Liying is wearing a silk scarf and her wavy hair is restricted. The little ball's head looks somewhat more sensitive. Combined with the tears in her eyes, it is loaded with a feeling of story. Zhao Liying in the snow is wearing an extravagant cap, which is extremely outdated and simultaneously has an unbelievable smoothness. Looking from the side, the little straight nose is very attractive. With the weighty snow all around the sky, there is an unbelievably delicate climate. In the event that I surmise accurately, Zhao Liying is going to go off the deep end again in the play. The female supporting job is attractive and turns into the feature of the new show. Zhao Liying is still in great shape in the new show, however she looks somewhat fatter from certain points, and her appearance is as yet amazing, yet the shock isn't excessively. I got away from Zhao Liying's excellence crit this time, however out of the blue I was gotten the 25-year-old female number 4 Sun Jin was astounded. Sun Jin plays the wild feline in the play, and her name ought to be Gao Zinai written in the banner, who is the sweetheart of the male hero. The male and female heroes are not a couple. It very well may be seen from the trailer that she was somewhat of an insubordinate young lady from the get-go. Remaining with Huo Hao, it's a piece like a hoodlum in those days. Yet, it's significantly really astounding that Sun Jin basically wore a low hairdo, which made him look very Han Fan, straightforwardly killing the non-standard Huo Hao close to him. Sun Jin's searches in the banners likewise have a feeling of difference. One has a half-tie high pigtail and European-style studs. The red lips make her skin more pleasant. Her facial highlights are stunning and there is no shortcoming. Great worth. In any case, Sun Jin's style appears to have changed from that point forward. She relaxed her hair and looks somewhat more lethargic, and she looked more splendid under the street lamps in obscurity night, taking a gander at her sweetheart with eyes loaded with adoration and a grinning collagen young lady loaded with sense. Sun Jin in the profile photograph additionally enjoys a benefit. The shapes of her face are smooth and normal, and the little moles on her cheeks have additionally turned into the final detail. Combined with her sharp eyes, she is truly not a customary eye-catcher. Certain individuals have long said that Sun Jin seems to be Jung Ji-hyun. Taking a gander at the examination photographs of both of them, there are to be sure a few likenesses. However, Sun Jin gives individuals the inclination that he is somewhat more Zhao Liying, and his disposition is unique. Sun Jin had the option to come into contact with such a decent book this time since she contributed a decent execution in I'm Fine in an Unfamiliar Land, and around then she won a gathering of fans in view of her sensitive appearance and magnificent acting abilities. Everybody most likely didn't expect that Sun Jin's level is 172 centimeters. She is truly fair and delightful with long legs. In the live photographs, Sun Jin is dressed nonchalantly. There is no distinction among cosmetics and cosmetics, however she looks more unadulterated. There is no weighty cosmetics for magazine photographs, and the steady free and simple inclination is followed. The high braid is especially cheeky, which is essentially sweet and pungent, and can be controlled in any style. Sun Jin's appearance has a place with the light-colored framework. Taking a gander at the facial highlights alone, they are not especially profound or tall, however when joined together, they can give individuals an open to feeling. They are of a gorgeous sort. Combined with her own disposition and acting abilities, she looks unique and the play splendid. It has turned into a feature of the show. Furthermore, this show likewise unites a great deal of show characters. For instance, the public 5-star entertainer Wang Jinsong plays the courageous woman's dad. In the couple of scenes in the trailer, you can feel that there is show according to the old show brimming with soul. There are additionally strong entertainers like Ren Zhang, Liu Wei, Fen Jianyi, K Lan, and Li Guangji participating. There are likewise numerous touchy scenes in the trailer, and the setup is likewise a mix of old and new, which can address the issues of the crowd. With everything taken into account, albeit the fundamental courageous woman of the Breeze Blows Pinellia centers around Zhao Liying, the supporting jobs will be extremely full with the gift of the great quality group of the show. I trust that as long as everybody shows all that the status should be visible to the crowd, so do you anticipate the transmission of the show? 03. Gong Jun's attractive photograph started warmed conversations, and netizens passed on messages to uncover their hearts. Among stars and fans is likewise a reclamation. There is an exceptional connection among VIPs and fans and media outlets. They are not family fondness, but rather it is superior to family friendship. They have never met one another, however have a definitive love. For stars, the excitement of fans is the main impetus for them to push ahead. For fans, each move of symbols is a gleam of light in their souls, permitting them to push ahead in obscurity. The two gatherings of fans and symbols are a get-together and a reclamation. As a famous symbol, Gong Jun likewise has his own tremendous fan bunch. They go with one another through the drawn-out night. On Gong Jun's own self-media stage, he refreshed another update. In the update duplicate, he commended, show an image, and a new photograph of him is joined beneath the duplicate. It tends to be seen from the photographs that Gong Jun ought to have recently completed his work. He made a sensitive shape, wearing a dark suit, and the gear in the studio can be dubiously seen behind him. The tone of the entire picture is dim, and the daylight radiates through the windows, gleaming on Gong Jun's face, making his sensitive diagram more noticeable. Gong Jun additionally shut his eyes in thought, feeling the tragically missing solace. Gong Jun's news caused solid collaboration among fans. In the remark region of the news, fans left messages communicating their help and love for Gong Jun. Some netizens said, "It's astonishing from the outset, it's falling at second sight, and it merits meeting at third sight. Much obliged to you for meeting you when life has become hot once more. Gong Jun, I'm truly happy to have met you." The words are earnest. Gong Jun, it should be an exceptional presence for him. Another netizen said, "Gong Jun, my heart has been loaded up with a great deal of unreasonable dreams and side interests that are not known to pariahs. Lastly, I painstakingly cleared out a little open space on the top, and it is no problem at all, don't bother you." Some netizens left messages asking Gong Jun, "Would you say you were wearing long johns? Are you wearing long johns?" They care about Gong Jun like relatives. The fans stand out enough to be noticed to Gong Jun, and the equivalent is valid for Gong Jun to the fans. Gong Jun buckles down, acts hard, is severe with himself, and genuinely submits to the self-development of an entertainer. He knows very well that as a person of note, each word and deed is of extraordinary importance. As a matter of fact, as an entertainer, directing oneself is the best earnestness to fans. Since for fans, icons are the entire of their lives and the measuring stick for their advancement. I wish Gong Jun, who is bearing in difficult work, can procure his desires.